this on them. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Welcome to many of you who are already here. It's quite a weird day, a weird 24 hours that's been transpiring and taking place. Don't forget to hit the like button coming through the door. Let's go. Man, Diddy's bodyguard has broke his silence, has come out, and it is gone something crazy. Because I told you from the moment I heard her speak, I just didn't believe her story. There's something off about it. Now, everybody said, what? They going after my man, Big Joe. And I said, this can't be true. And Big Joe, we love Big Joe, man. Big Joe is like one of the coolest dudes around. I'm a big smooth. Yeah, man, that's why Cam was like being involved in this and all this. I was just like, this is something weird about this. Yeah, Big Joe was the manager. Big Joe was involved in a lot of things that was moving. So finally, somebody decided to step up and speak out because this stuff was just getting too crazy. All of a sudden, you're going to have 300, 400 people lined up reading scripts like they reading for a movie. They're like, all right, here we go. We got the auditions for the Diddy accusers. Ooh, let go of me, Diddy. I didn't know I was going to have to go to another state. I don't want to do that. Then Diddy said, jiggle the balls. So I jiggled the ball, but I refused first. Then I jiggle balls. It's like, what are we doing here? This is crazy. Absolutely nuts. Great. Just great. Yeah, so in the middle of this process, right, Big Joe has had a lot of damage done to him, resulting around this situation. And a lot of people were just not, basically happy about it. In other words, it became a bit of a problem for them. And mainly for him, because his family and everything and the people around him, it's pretty nuts. Right, Juju? It's kind of crazy. I don't believe it either. And now that we got a lot of these things coming forward now, and a lot of people starting to see it for themselves, they looking at it like it's weird. So a lot of people are looking at this situation from different eyes because now it has really opened up the Pandora's box. He was in Killer Season. He was like, what movie was he in? He was in Killer Season. That's what I'm saying. This is Big Joe, man. I'm like, are they serious? I'm like, are they serious right now? This dude? No way. I could never see that happening and transpiring the way that they said it did. A lot of people who saw this said this is ridiculous. It's baseless. It's another one of these celebrity stories that people hear and they just cringe because people are so tired of it. They're really tired of it. So right away, people have already making their decision, and they're basically altering the judicial system by coming up with this ridiculous method of promoting and selling to you, and it's a problem, it's a bit of a problem. Well, I don't believe what she's saying about Big Joe. Um, we're gonna have two versions of the same video. So right now, a lot of people don't really understand the criteria of what's coming on, but this is a major situation that's developing because they're trying to make it seem like that. People are really upset with Diddy for some reason, and we're doing some extra research because this is going deeper than the liquor company. This is going into other things, and we're gonna definitely flush out all of it. Well, it goes beyond hip hop when you start getting to this level. So when you start to see people, who would want to get involved, don't, you're going to see why. So we're going to have a Patreon version of this in the same video, just that the YouTube version is going to end and then the rest is going to continue on for the Patreons. But that's going to be done a little differently. Oh, yeah. Now, oh, you'll know when it's the Patreon's time. Yeah, they got a hotline. So you can call up and make a false claim about Diddy. Yeah, he can't get a job now because this lady accused him of this stuff. And this is where the problem comes in because people could just make an allegation about you now, and then that's supposed to stick. Gene Deal said the girl called him over a year ago. That would make sense. But Gene Deal's a part of all this because when you start pushing these narratives, this is what's going to be created behind it. Next thing you know, she's going to be accusing 3 or 4 other guys saying, hey, why don't you come in on this thing with me? Somebody said, Q Lisa, I believe 60 out of the 120 girls. I don't believe none of them. Not a one has come through, has been credible that I could really. He's like, Smoke Dog said, I met Big Joe at the cigar lounge in Jersey, smoking ash, and he's a premier. Yes, he is. He's great. Ticket, DL Hewley, and others says he's a monster. Well, I guess in your eyes, he's a monster because that's if somebody else say he is, that's all you need. Well, go ahead. That's on you. John, you got your first win in fantasy. You broke the streak. Way to go, John. You had to do another come from behind. It came down to the last day with you. Oh, absolutely. But Attorney Signal, that's right. But let's listen to what he said for some people who didn't see it. This is what's happening here. Let's listen. Yes, this is Diddy, bodyguard.
Linked to Diddy.
Joe Sherman sat down to tell his side of the story to investigative reporter Sarah Wallace.
Now, as you saw that live, you start to see what the situation is firsthand. Now, Talia Grace and all that situation have been going on, and everybody saw how that was playing out. You knew firsthand what the situation was. What if she does have the right person, though? Well, if she has the right person, then by all means, go ahead and pursue. But if you had the right person, why would you send that message to them on Instagram? They have already confirmed that that Instagram user and account that she was using is her. The news have already confirmed it. The phone number she sent, everything. That's her. Why are you asking, are you Big Joe? It says it like he's like, you're on my Instagram account. And when she's sending the message is like, well, if you do this, we're going to lead you out the proceeding. If this person did the things that she claimed that sexually assaulted her, why would you be making a deal with him to leave him out of a claim? Shouldn't you be mad at his ass too? You would be mad at him too, because you saying he did the same things that Puffy did to you in the lawsuit. They both had a time with you, but you're willing to forgive him to go get Diddy. All you want him to do is to go along with your plan. And because he didn't, you named him in the lawsuit, smearing his name. Now he can't get work. This is what's wrong with the system right now. People are doing this now and using the internet to convict people before a trial or anybody's even arrested. See, here's the thing. Wasn't Big Gene around, or was he gone at this time? What did Gene say? Did Gene say he was there, or did Gene say he wasn't around? Because here's the thing. Around 2001, 2002, Gene wasn't there either. Gene was around to about maybe because he left for a part of the time and he came back for a little bit and was working with Diddy's first baby mama, Misa. He was bodyguarding with her, but he wasn't really dealing with Puff them at all. So he was out of the group for about 20 some odd years. So if this happened in 2001, was Gene around? Because Gene he wasn't always there. Like, he was not Puff's main guy. Like, Paul was normally the main security guard. I don't know why Big Joe would be named as Puff's main security when he's never really been Puff's main security guard. I don't remember him ever being his main security guard. He probably did a party or something for Puff, but the main security? Come on. He said Gene was there until 2004. You got to remember, Gene left for a few years after the Biggie situation happened. He wasn't around for years. He came back around like 2-3 years later. And then he was gone for good in like 2004 and 5. But there's a point in time where he wasn't even there. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't the main security. Big Paul was Paulie. They called him Big Paulie. The one they used to call Big Paulie. That was Puff's main security. Paul. That was his guy. Uncle Paulie. Yeah, they tried to call him Uncle Paulie. That was Puff's main security guy. I know. Gene was gone. See, look. Gene was gone for about 2-3 years. Goo Roach is telling you. I'm telling you. He was gone. He went back to work. He was mad at Puff for a minute. He went and did the DVD thing because he's like, I only did that DVD because Miss Wallace asked me to do it. I wouldn't even be talking to y'all. I wouldn't even be talking to you if Miss Wallace didn't ask me to do this. You remember that on the DVD from the movie? Oh, hey, Big Gene. So he went ahead and did it. Well, see, all of these are mostly civil suits. And the thing is that only thing Gene could do is get himself caught in a situation where these new victims might come out and try to do, hey, check this out, but you're going to be past the statute of limitation on a lot of this stuff. And they might create something that can go all the way back to where they want to get Gene to testify. And they say, hey, Gene, we're not going to come after you, but one of your videos, I was the woman that you were talking about. She might not even be the woman, but she might claim just by one of Gene's stories, she was that girl. And she felt that she's hurt by what's happened and she feels embarrassed. So now she's going to file a charge, and you were there and you didn't report it to the police either. So I'm suing you, Diddy, Bad Boy Entertainment, to Clive Davis. She's going to try to do whatever they going to tell her probably to do with this law firm. But like I said, I'm going to start digging and trying to find out what's really going on here, because there's a lot more that meets the eye. The Transformers are coming out. It's a little deeper than that. I already got some information already on file, but Gene Deal's workday. Gene don't have to like Puffy. There's nothing written on a piece of paper that says, hey, on this piece of paper right here, it says you gotta like Puffy forever. It's right here in this chapter, right here, you're looking right at it. And it says it right here. It says section 4B, section 8, 4B. Right here. Forever, you gotta love Sean Puffy Gomes. Oh, I am saving some for the Patreon, because once we go to this, we go to the Patreon mode. Then we go to Patreon mode. It's going to be a little bit different. Shorter version, a little bit different. But I think you will enjoy it. Now, Puffy got more disgruntled employers than part-time workers. Yeah, they don't even work for Puff. They should drop all charges and let Puffy go home. That's it. Charge him for the guns or whatever. Do what you're going to do there. But other than that, let him go home, man. Let him go, man. Let him go, man. Because this it's getting crazy now. It's not making sense anymore.
Sean Diddy Combs facing a wave of new lawsuits tonight. An attorney in Houston says he's representing more than 100 people who claim to have been sexually assaulted by the rapper, stretching over 2 decades. Here's News 4's Erica Byfield.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing new allegations of abuse. Today, we learned the jailed rap star and mega producer will soon get saddled with 120 new civil lawsuits. The attorney that represents Diddy's accuser says that the alleged conduct involves people beyond Combs.
I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed.
Tony Busby says that his law firm received thousands of calls after the feds indicted Diddy in New York, adding that his staff is now busy vetting claims and building out those cases.
We also have collected pictures, videos, texts. We check venues, we check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit.
Most of the lawsuits that Busby expects to file in the next 30 days will appear on dockets in New York and California. The attorney says that many of the New York allegations took place in Manhattan or the Hamptons. These cases span 25 years, dating back to 1999. Many of the accusers filed police reports or say they went to the hospital for help, and staffers discovered that they had drugs in their system. Busby says the people who claim Diddy sexually assaulted them include men and women.
In this group, it is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims.
The feds allege that Diddy would host freak-offs and give his victims drugs and then force them to perform sexually, sometimes with male escorts. Busby claims that his clients mostly faced abuse during after-parties and auditions. He says that the youngest victim was just 9 years old and was allegedly abused after Diddy promised to make him a star, adding that that child wasn't the only one.
25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time.
Today, Combs' attorney said that he can't address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. That said, Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he sexually abused anyone, including minors. Diddy.
Exactly, because this is getting silly and ridiculous, and it's an abuse of the judicial system altogether. And I feel sad. I'm saddened that we as a people have allowed this to get this far. A 9-year-old boy. They got 60 men, 60 women. Really? How convenient. 60 men, 60 women. Doesn't that seem a little weird to y'all? That sounds very convenient. That 60 dudes just happen to be in Houston. These are Houston lawyers. All of a sudden said, we going all the way back to 99. So now they're going back to 99. These are civil cases. 120. I want y'all to pay attention to a very key word here. Civil case. You got civil cases. $120 that they said we could corroborate with text messages and everything else. Hell, where my Diddy bag? Diddy forced me. I went to Floyd Mayweather's house and I thought I was gonna see Floyd. And Diddy looked at me like he wanted to kill me. I knew I was in trouble. And I felt somebody throw something at me. It was like baby oil or something on my face, and I had baby oil on my back of my neck. Oh, Lord. He said, take that, take that, take that. And it's baby oil. Johnson & Johnson, too. Got that smell. Oh, my God. And he forced me on this bad Latina woman named Jacqueline. Oh my God, Jacqueline, boy. And I was thrusting, Your Honor, because I didn't want to stop, because I didn't know if I was going to get more baby oil on it. So I'm just thinking, Johnson, then the pound town. It was a nightmare. It's a nightmare, Your Honor. I need about 15 million for every drop of baby oil that hit my body. Man, get these damn people up out of here with this bull. Man, this is what's wrong with the judicial system now. This is what's wrong with. I ain't say they touched me now. No. That's different. Hassan Campbell would have been, his whole thing would have been with him and Diddy. Except for he would have liked it. And our client here, Mr. Campbell, was heartbroken when it was broken off with no call, no nothing, no call. He didn't give me nothing. That's why I'm always angry. I didn't even get a phone call. Nah, I never saw Diddy during that time. But you got to remember, Nate Jones, as I told you, they was going to put the ones and twos on Diddy. Now you got to remember that. So when you start like listening to the whole process, we've already explained it to you, but that was real talk. When our guys were signed to Universal through Diddy, and that led to a whole different encounter altogether. Well, when people didn't get the message, or you could see how you want to put it, but when we were telling the story of what happened and the scenarios on how it went down, and everybody was trying to make it looking like Floyd and Diddy had something going on, which was completely not true, but they tried to make it look like that. That was going to lead to a problem. And Well, it was a big thing at this time because nobody really knew when he had the hit song. Like, what was the hit song he had? Was "On My Mama." That was a hit song really here in Chicago, but it had so much momentum. They was like, oh man, this should be it. And Diddy kind of went and got the deal done and negotiated. He brokered that deal up there with Universal. And I had never talked about it. And because I didn't want to get involved. So it wasn't really my story to tell. I said, I'll let them tell it. Because Nate, it involved Nate Jones.
Shoot him in the greens, toss his body in that big lake.
We gonna get into something else because Diddy has been everywhere. It's been Diddy. Now here's the thing, y'all. That the Nate Jones story, we know we met Diddy plenty of times.
He signed one of my best friends, Swing, and he made that song "On My Mama."
Yep.
And,
On My Mama.
Yes,
Yep.
that was my boy, man. He from my hood.
Yep.
Brittany Green, one of the guys, one of the brothers. And he had some contract problem issues with Puffy, but they straightened it out. And I thought we had to come to New York and, you know what I'm saying, and had Ace swing on some business, but we didn't. I would have came with him. That's my man. Sit down and die. And we didn't have to, but they straightened it out. But yeah, Swing was signed to Puffy.
Yeah.
Puffy didn't get the chance, that bullshit with our guy.
That wasn't gonna happen.
It wasn't gonna happen. Who the fuck that nigga up, but yeah, hey man.
That's why I ain't put that on none of my videos. I wanted you to tell it. I was like, that's why I wanted you to tell it because I knew. I was like, oh, I'm gonna say that one. So I was like, I'm gonna wait for
We
that.
signed that motherfucker. He went to New York.
Yeah.
And, I didn't go with him, but he signed him. That was my man, our friend. When our few friends almost made in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? And
He got a deal, man. He got a deal with Puff and everything.
But when they seen he had some real heavy hitters behind him, some real niggas, Puffy went his way. He couldn't play that shit with us in Chicago with Green.
Oh no.
He straightened this shit out quick.
And here's what y'all don't know, like see what he knew once he realized, whoa, there's some real street stuff going on around here. We couldn't mess around with those Chicago dudes like that. No, you can't. This ain't no Mace and all them. You can't do that with a whole bunch of wild dudes from the Chi you don't know. They don't care about the black and white on the contract. Let me go, man. You better let me go, or you gonna wish you let me go. You was dealing with some wild. He thought he was dealing with artists. You wasn't dealing with no artists who understand the game. And now Diddy might have had some hitters where he was from. He wasn't ready to crash out. And once he realized how big of the scope it was at that time and what he was going to be going up against, a bunch of unknown circumstances. And everybody was going to come. I was like, man, I don't want to be on this bus. We going to New York to beat up Puffy? This is not good. This ain't finna go well. That's what I'm thinking. This ain't finna go well. Imagine me, Nate, all these dudes. Trust me, I with the most grimiest dudes ever. We going to beat up Puff in New York? Do you know how wild that is? Imagine somebody calling you and saying, hey, man, what you doing? Oh, nothing. I'm getting ready to probably watch the game. Hey, tomorrow, man, I need you to come with me to New York. Why? Man, they trying to screw over one of the homies, man. Who? Puffy. Puffy? Yeah, man. We're gonna go up in there and rough him up a little bit. We're gonna have a talk with him. What time? Can you imagine getting that call? Can you imagine getting that call? I'll be like this. Yo, Joe, let me out. Yo, man, let me out. Let me out. I would be the only one that got knocked out. It'd have been everybody in there. Hey! They was like, man, everybody, we were cool. Nobody really got hurt, did they? I'd be the only one knocked out. I mean, why in the world am I going to this? No, Nate was dead serious. And believe me, this is the PG version of what happened. This is the PG version of what went down. None of my videos, I wanted you to tell it. I was like, that's why I wanted you to tell it, because I knew. I was like, oh, I'm going to say that one. So I was like, I'm going to wait for that.
He signed that motherfucker. He went to New York.
Yeah.
And, I didn't go with him, but he signed him. That was my man, our friend. When our two friends almost made the rap game. You know what I'm saying? And
He got a deal, man. He got a deal with Puff and everything.
But they seen he had some real heavy hitters behind him. Some real niggas. Puffy went his way. He couldn't play that shit with us in Chicago. Green.
Oh, no.
He straightened this shit out quick.
And here's what y'all don't know. Like, Fifth and Puff, they have squashed everything. They were back cool. They were back at Florida House and everything. Yeah, Fifth. Because Fifth just came back around. This is around the Victor Ortiz time. When around that fight, he just came into camp and was like, he just walked in one day. 50 was there, and then Floyd was there with F. Gary Gray, and a lot of those guys. They was in there talking about starting a movie production company. That's what Fifth is doing now. See, Fifth ended up doing it. They didn't do it. Diddy was there, Floyd was there, F. Gary Gray was going to produce and direct all the movies. Fifth ended up doing it. See, Fifth is more progressive than that. Floyd would talk about it, and then it won't nothing come. Right, 50 gets straight to Fifth. He's progressive. He's going to get it done. It'll be up, the paperwork, everything done. And that's one thing that Floyd, I wish he would have probably listened a little bit
more with 50.
Yeah, 50. But it's so much ego in there, and how do you talk to each other?
Right.
And that's why them two always clash everything, because they both the same personality, And so don't forget to join the Nate Jones story, and you'll finish this whole thing over there. There's plenty of interviews and plenty of wild stories that y'all don't know anything about that you will learn about as this goes on. But back to this Big Joe situation. So that just showed back then when Puff was signing dudes and he signed these guys from Chicago, there's a lot of stuff you don't know also. There's some Chicago guys that he has signed also have, this is going to tie into another story that we're going to tell you about on the Patreon as well when we get to the Patreon hour. That's the Carcino for Life Patreon, by the way. So most of my Patreons are here right now. Shouts out to y'all. We're in the community chat right now in the Patreon, talking to some of the guys so they know what's up. Yeah, well, it's like a whole different thing. When you see things that don't really measure up, you're not going to be happy. People think you're supposed to be walking around happy, joy all the time. Yeah, I put them on alert in the chat, you know, just to let them know what time it is. See? Look at that. VIP right here. Look at them. VIP, stand up. So they all know what time it is in the community chat. We got our own chat here. Look at that. I'm here. Look at them all standing up. VIP Patreons are standing up, baby. They get it for it. They there for it. So they ready for tonight. Because we got a lot hitting tonight. We're going to have the rest of this video. Then we have my buddy that worked for WWE, the one that got me access to everything. And y'all finna find out what really happened with Vince McMahon, the whole thing. You finna, all these stories about Vince that you've been hearing, the documentary's out. So this is the perfect time to drop this video. So this video is coming right now. So you don't know about him. You don't know about Vince. You don't know about a lot of things you didn't know before. Now, let's continue with this process here. Big Joe that hung out with Cam was never Diddy's main security. Never. I'm like, when was this? How would that get by us? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would that get by any of us? We all know better. We all know Diddy. Like, we know who was around Diddy the whole time. We know damn well that wasn't him. Big Joe was around Cam. Now, if you'd have said, oh, well, Big Joe's around Cam, then okay, that make more sense. But don't tell us nothing crazy like that. Now, Big Joe, of course I believe Big Joe. If you know Big Joe and seen Big Joe before, all you got to do is watch Killer Season. That's Big Joe. Big Joe ain't finna get down like that with you. And y'all claim there's a videotape, then provide the videotape. Show the tape in court. Why you ain't out for criminal charges? This is what throw me off right here about the whole case.
Text asked him to call the number and goes on to say, if you will be my witness against Diddy, then my attorneys will leave you out of any proceedings because we have statements that you physically showed over 8 people, videos of me and you to people in the studio. Sherman
He said, I don't know what the F you talking about or who the F you are. He said, you can send me or send me or shoot me, throw me out the window. You can send me, shoot me, throw me out the window.
responded,
Did you work for Bad Boy? Did you show a video to people in the studio of comrades? That's why I asked you to call so I can make sure this is the right person. She don't know what's going on.
I don't know what the expletive you talking about. Know who the expletive you are. He was still named in the lawsuit.
Still named him.
Was there any video?
Not only was there never a video, I never saw the woman. I'm nothing but a scapegoat for this BS. Because I wouldn't get puffy and lie on Sean Combs.
We reached out to Allred asking about the texts and Sherman's denial that he was involved. Her email response, the complaint speaks for itself. Our client looks forward to her day in court.
If I was him, if I was him, if I'm Big Joe, I'm sending my lawyer to get myself removed from the lawsuit. I want to be removed from this lawsuit, or you got to show any evidence that I am in this lawsuit or it's slander, and I'm suing you. If you don't drop me from this lawsuit, you're getting sued.
Women.
Now, anybody who got rhymes and dimes, there is nobody in that, and that he produces that, because he got a magazine, Rhymes and Dimes. There's no new women in Rhymes and Dimes. It is on the shelves of all these other magazines. It would not be up here if this magazine promoted any of that such. If that magazine, Rhymes and Dimes, was producing anything other than, it would not be on this shelf. What are they talking about? All of it better be in there. I ain't waiting to file. I'm filing tonight. As soon as they file, I'm filing right behind them. What the hell are we waiting for? I'll be like, look, I want all of it to go. They be like, Cino, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. I'm like, I'm built to go to trial. Let's go. Well, I'll be in there. The judge will be tired of me. They're gonna be. You've already won the case. But I want to say something else, Sean, to this lying skank of a lawyer that's right here. It's not me, Mr. Davis. The case already been dismissed. No, I ain't done talking. Man, I'll be ready. And for all you people that was believing this BS that they were saying about me without no facts. Due process, screw process. That's what they into. I can't sit there and listen to somebody on the stand. They didn't insult me. Bet you lying. I'm jumping up. I'm jumping up. You ain't finna hear me. I'm gonna be ready to turn something over. I mean, hey, they gonna be Mr. Davis, bold and content. She lying, Your Honor. She a hoe. I can run them all off. Twan, Jamal, Chris, Michael, the German guy, Hans. I'm running out of fingers, Your Honor. I'm out. I'm out. She a hoe. She a hoe. Man, look. Look, it would be a problem beyond recognition. That court date would go up. Ain't a jury in the world would believe that woman, because I would be going scorched earth. Why do people keep swinging around that conviction rate? That don't mean nothing. Do you understand that Irv Gotti walked away from a case, right? Irv walked. Irv Gotti got away. He took a little plea to something else that they had that didn't lead to no jail time, right? That means they got a conviction, but he got to go home, and it was nothing on him. It's a lot of fake cases that don't end up doing nothing monumental. And this is a lot of bull. And I already know the core of why this is happening with Diddy. I mean, what started with the impetus, in other words. So the impetus of this comes from the liquor company and his fallout with them, but it was much bigger than that. He upsetted some of the wrong people that were his friends. And that's where it started to go left. Well, actually, right. The video of Diddy attacking Cassie. What about it? That convicted him in public opinion. That video isn't a crime. If it was a crime, it's misdemeanor assault charge. Okay, you can't charge him for it, but if you could charge him for it, the only charge he would get is a misdemeanor assault. She stayed with him for 4 more years after that. People don't like to deal with facts. They like to use that video. They know the people on the internet are going to use that. This is atrocious. You would have think Diddy was beating this woman down. There is a soccer player in Miami, Florida that did way worse to his baby moms on a video. And nobody is saying nothing about it. Why did he immediately pay her millions of dollars? Because he didn't want that video to go public. Because the video would do what it did. He knew that video exists. So he paid her because he knew he put a foot in her ass plenty of times. So he's like, all right, look, I'm settling this. Because I don't want, this is getting crazy. But all this traffic and all that, that's where it's going beyond everything else. And now people's like, aha, now we can use this against him. This is Diddy's karma. Karma for what? Did they lock up Vince McMahon? We just had that video pop up. Did they do this to Vincent McMahon? They did not do this to Vincent McMahon. Why they didn't do this to him? Somebody said because he's white. Because he didn't piss off the people that had him in power. Diddy upset the people that had him in power. Hit the like button, good people. The like button is free. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate it. Diddy's a national hero. Diddy is a national hero, man. A real national hero. Diddy is there. He's a real national hero. Diddy is there. Diddy and Joe. No. Rick Gotti. What I'm going to do with you, man? Biggie, Shine, and Craig Mack. This is karma for them. What karma is that? What karma is that? Biggie, Shine, and Craig Mack? Are we serious? Biggie. He made one bad mistake that night, and that's the fact that he wanted to party. He was under false sense of security that they were safe because Suge Knight was in jail. And that cost him. He never thought nothing like that was going to happen. He got to live with that for the rest of his life. Now, I don't know what you talking about with Shine. Shine? Okay, he got a lawyer. I mean, he brought some witnesses in there to get himself out of trouble. But Shine actually shot a gun. So what is you talking about? Shine went crazy shooting. That's on the security video footage, and they leaving the place. Everybody knew Sean went crazy in that shoot. Sean already knew it, forgave him. Diddy that gave this dude everything possible. Got him down in Fashion Week, down in Paris. Got this guy elected to be a politician. This dude went from a rapper to a Jewish man to a doggone politician. So you don't know who Sean gonna be next week. Craig Mack. What the hell did he do to Craig Mack? Can you please explain to me what he did to Craig Mack, please? All he said is, dude, this is the direction we going in. We want you to adapt. This dude wanted to be a grimy dude the way he was. Yeah, I'm gonna Craig Mack without bodyguard. Yeah. Craig Mack. I was like, oh, hell no. You can't be no player, smooth guy, you know, all fly with champagne and got this dude over here. Yeah! Gotta get down! So, he had a bad contract. What's a good contract? What do you mean? You act like Craig Mack was like everybody was looking for Craig Mack. Everybody was dying to sign Craig Mack. Nobody knew who the hell he was until Diddy put him on. Who the man? The man. You won't be around that shit. He had one hit song. Then he had another hit song, was basically the same song. Can I get down, man, get on down. The man can take him down. Can you get down? That was about it. And they put the remix, everybody got on the remix to sell it. And they knew this is the limit this guy gonna go. So they was like, look, man, he wanted off the label. Craig Mack wanted off the label. And Big Puffy let him go. Then he went and signed some deal with somebody else, and then his songs came out, and that album went rinky dinky. So where did he do him wrong at? He let him go. He let Craig Mack go. You want to go? Go. Next thing you know, he made an album without Puff. Why don't y'all talk about that album? Remember the video where he talk about Juicy Man? Yeah, Juicy Man. He trying to diss Puff. He called him Juicy Man. Yeah, Juicy Man. I'm like, man, y'all are crazy. Craig Mack. I mean, I wasn't a huge Biz Marquee fans. It's a lot of people that love the Biz. Biz is cool just for hip hop lore, but like you got what I need. That to me, that was just funny. I like that song, but the rest of his songs was just hilarious because he would just he got a song called Picking Boogers. Yo, picking boogers. It's just like, dog, the Biz. Like, what in the world is the Biz doing? The Biz Marquee is going off. My buddy was a huge Biz fan. He loved Biz. Yep, Craig Mack came and fizzed and went out. See what happened when Puff ain't there to mix? See what happened when he ain't there? Everybody fall down, they want to blame him. Look at what happened to Bad Boy. Look what happened to Little Rob. Black Rob. I'm like, Black Rob? Black Rob, that's all he did was rob. It's Puffy fault they going to jail for doing crimes? Well, if Puffy would have paid them, they got paid. He used this money to buy drugs and do drugs and do all kind of goofy shit and kept doing it. And Pope's like, what I'm supposed to do? You got G. Depp who turned himself in for a murder. He got away with it. Where they do that at? I got away with this murder, but it feels like it's guilty on my conscience. I'm going to turn myself in and see what happens. They're going to tell thank you. Lock his ass up. And that's exactly what they did. He just getting out of jail now, but now your conscience is clear now? How's your conscience? My conscience going to be just right. Child of the Ghetto is the most slept on album of all time. Nope, that's the most slept on beats of all time. Cameron didn't forget because he did do that song justice. When he did that, part in mind, I'm the young version of Carl. The Child of the Ghetto, nobody is slave for me. So we getting ready to go to the Patreon hour. Thank you guys for tuning in. This for the YouTubers. YouTubers, thank you. Now we finna go to the professionals are finna take over. So for everybody on YouTube, thank you. We appreciate you. When hopefully you guys have hit the like button and one day you guys will subscribe and become a Patreon member. Now for the rest of the Patreons, you know what time it is. It's finna get very interesting. Now, let's go into these women, right? Yeah. All right, now let's get into these women. Now, let's go into this girl right here that's making the claims. All right? So let's talk about her first because now we into my time. And now these